Alright, this is Racer Red, the one and only. Geez, this was a little bit icy on this hill. This is a little bit dangerous. You really have to read the terrain here, and I might crash. Can only read the terrain so much. So anyways, guys, I wanted to talk about the different calibers of handgun ammunition: 9mm, 40 caliber, and 45 ACP. I might not be able to get in here. I should be able to with this thing, but if I was riding anything else, I probably wouldn't do it. It's gonna be interesting. So you guys just saw me shoot my Glock 26 9mm, my Taurus PT 145, it's 45 ACP, and a Glock 27 40 cal. I like to come out and shoot with my gloves on and my helmet and everything because that's how I carry a lot of the time, and I think it's important to be able to feel how it shoots the way that you carry. Two of those guns I pull it out of my pockets because I only have one holstered right now, obviously. I mean, I guess I could have 3 holsters on me, but that would look a little bit weird. And that's one of the reasons I wear a really low profile motorcycle glove. I've always worn really low profile motorcycle gloves. For one, it just gives you more feel on the bike, but 2, you can actually use your hands for other things. As far as the caliber wars, I'm gonna have to agree with most people that say because of the technology that goes into bullets these days, there's not a big difference between each round. 9mm, 40 cal, 45. Obviously the 45 and 40 cal are gonna be bigger than 9mm. 45 is really the one that makes a difference though. The 40 cal and 9mm are pretty close to being the same round. It's not a huge difference, but 45 is a pretty big jump. It's a pretty big round. You're leaving a pretty big hole at that point. That said, I think it's way more important to do your research on what type of round to use. And that's totally up to you. I think a lot of rounds out there are very sensational, very overhyped. So in the research I've done so far, there are rounds that perform really well, and it's shocking, really. I mean, if somebody didn't do their research, 9mm could be more powerful than somebody's 45 ACP, because they just didn't do their research. Their bullets aren't expanding. There's a lot of very, very expensive rounds. Some of the most expensive rounds on the market fail almost every single time when they go through a coat. So I would say that's really the most important thing when you're talking about the caliber wars, is just figure out which rounds consistently expand and consistently do the most damage. Which one will save your life? The round that I use is the Federal HST, preferably the Plus P, but I use Federal HST, and that round has consistently proved itself over and over and over. There are so many pluses and minuses with every round that you really can't say one is the best. You know, for me, I always ask people, well, what can you hit a target with? Which round would you trust to hit your target? Because that's going to be the most important thing, is can you hit something with it? Secondly, will it expand? And third, do you like the ballistics of that round? I would say 9mm is a really good way to go. 9mm is super cheap. It's just over 20 cents per round, so that's a really good round to use in training because it's cheap to shoot. 45 ACP will leave a giant hole, and the kick tends to be straight back. It doesn't tend to kick really bad. That's really the same with the 9mm. It doesn't kick really bad. 40 cal has a pretty good snap to it. A lot of people don't like 40 cal for that reason. I'm gonna enjoy this freezing cold weather and the beautiful scenery out here. It's probably going to freeze soon, and I will be out here in it. It is beautiful out, that's for sure. It almost makes it worth it. Not quite, but it almost makes it worth it. Now, shooting the guns, that was definitely worth it. You notice that the Taurus PT-145 had a failure to feed right off the bat. And granted, I didn't snap the slide back really hard, but still, it shouldn't do that. That magazine is the culprit for that. So I think a Glock 30 is in my near future. We'll see what happens though. Because I would like to carry 45 ACP. I've done a lot of shooting throughout the years, and it's, I would say, I have a pretty good idea of what works and what doesn't work. But anyways, guys, I'd like to get your opinions on which rounds are the best, which rounds are the worst, what caliber you prefer to shoot. I'll catch you guys next time. This is Racer Red, and I'm out.
His name is Racer Red.
I should probably kick it up a gear and try to get home before all this freezes. Oh, I'm freezing my hands. I'm freezing my hands off. Eh? My hands may be freezing. This bike has a new battery in it that sucks balls.
He rides
The reason I'm out so late and getting frozen now is because the stupid battery doesn't hold a charge. This battery, I literally had this battery full charge a week ago, and it hasn't been that cold.
Red Racer.
And when I went to start it just now, it was totally dead.
And subscribe.